Hey everyone, today in this video, I'm going to walk you through the app settings for the Dreame Matrix10 Pro. If you're interested in the Matrix10 Pro, the link to it will be in the video description, where you can also find links to our top robot vacuum, wet dry vacuum, and cordless vacuum cleaner picks, as well as our daily vacuum deals website. So be sure to shop all those links in the description. First up, we're in the app right here for the Matrix10 Pro. We're going to select Go, and this will take us into all of our device settings here. We'll just start at the top and kind of work our way down. First up, we have our settings gear icon. And this takes us to all of our device settings. If you can't find something from this menu, top right-hand corner, you can just hit that search icon and type exactly what you're looking for. Next, we can view our cleaning history. We can set a schedule, so you can add your schedule here. Choose the time, which days of the week you want it to repeat, what sort of cleaning tasks you want it to do, room, everywhere. You can adjust all of that for the schedule. Then we have our consumables. This lets us know when it's time to do common maintenance and replace things like our filter, right? Side brush, main brush, you get the idea here. Mop, disposable dust bags, replace as needed once it's full, and then sensor maintenance. Next, we have our dock settings. So from here, we have our mop washing settings. So what mode do you want? Water saver, standard, deep, and then you have temperature adjustments. I mean, it's amazing what you have here. So tons of options there. Auto mop washing, detergent settings, toggle those on or off. Here's the multi-tank detergent. So you have those settings here for A, B, and C. Dry settings, choose how long you want it to dry for. Auto empty settings, choose the frequency. Hair compression, and then there's a washboard base auto clean setting, so you can do that. Then we have our floor cleaning settings, so if you want to clean along a specific floor direction. Edge and corner cleaning, and then you have a couple extra features if you want to enable those. Here's mop extension for gap cleaning. Really nice visual representation of it, showing how it basically wiggles the mop further under things like kitchen cabinet toe kicks. Intensive cleaning for furniture legs, same thing. This is pretty cool. So look at how it cleans around a leg, making sure it's getting it at all different angles. Cleaning frequency, standard, intelligent, or high. Obstacle areas re-cleaning. So it'll go back and re-clean those missed areas. Then we have carpet cleaning settings. So how do you want it to handle when it encounters carpet? Remove the mop on carpet, mop lift, clean carpets first, carpet boost, and intensive carpet cleaning. So all those settings there. If you don't want it to clean, do you want it to avoid, ignore, or cross carpets? Then we have auto mop switching. So you can disable that, but you have to switch the mops manually. And then here's the auto mop switching settings. So select an area, and then you can choose the mop right there. Then we have more functions. So you have things like matter support, shortcuts on your screen, child lock, notifications. Here's the battery, off-peak charging, charging limit, remote control. If you want to use your phone to drive it around, you can do that. Additional device settings, and you can find the robot if it's missing around the house. Then below that, we have some more smart settings. So here's pet care. You can enable that, and you have a couple different pet settings there if you want to monitor your pets. Voice assistant, if you want to use Dreame's built-in voice assistant, you can. Intelligent obstacle avoidance. I like to turn on pictures for this personally. Different collision avoidance modes. Fill light, that's basically the LED light. You can disable it if you want. Real-time camera settings, this is how you enable it right here. And you have to press a button on your vacuum to activate. Once you have it activated, you can patrol around the house, which is really cool, a nice feature. Laboratory functions, basically kind of like beta. So do you want it to have stain recognition? It can adapt and adopt its own strategy for stains, and then large particle boost. Then we have our device information, so you can learn more about your device. You can adjust the area, change the name. Firmware update, I highly recommend turning auto updates on. Ours is currently up to date. Help section, suggestions, then you can delete the device from your account. So lots of device settings there. Below that, we have our map editing icon. It's a map with a little pencil. This is where we can view all of our map editing settings. So we have map editing and map display, so we can adjust the map display and choose which icons we want enabled or disabled on our map. And then for map editing, we can rename, backup, restore, delete. We can also select map management, and this is where we can choose our house type if we want to have multi-floor to enable multi-level mapping. You can see the same map editing icons there, and then down at the bottom, that's how you create another map. And then here's our different map editing icons, so we can adjust the cleaning order. This is where we can also adjust the mop pad for each room, which room you want clean first, second, third, fourth, you get the idea. We also have our furniture if we want to place furniture on the map. If we want to add thresholds or ramps and mark those on our map, we can partition the room, so merge, divide, or rename our rooms. We can add no-go zones. Right here, virtual walls, no-go zones, and no mop zones. Everything's just drag and drop on the map. Then we can adjust floor material. We have our carpet settings here. So you can see on our carpet, we could add carpet, single or fitted carpet, carpet types, right? So all of that can be built out there. And then we can also add curtains. If there's curtains and you want those enabled, you can have it try to clean under curtains in your house. And then below that, the camera icon, that's the live video monitoring, so you can patrol around your house, which is really cool. And then below our map, on the left-hand side, we have vacuum and mop. This is our custom cleaning settings. We can just do vacuum only, vacuum and mop after vacuuming. Customize, that's going to be for each individual room. And then we have wood floor care settings there. And you can see we can adjust things like suction power, and then basically quick or standard route cleaning. We can also adjust things like our mop wetness. And then for mopping, we have quick to deep cleaning options. Below that, we have 3 tabs, zone cleaning, so we can drag and drop different zones. We can add up to 10 zones and clean each zone 3 times. We can clean everywhere, or we can choose individual rooms to clean. Down at the bottom left-hand corner, that's the clean button. It will go out and start cleaning. Bottom right-hand corner, there's our dock settings again, so we can manually activate auto empty, mop washing, mop drying, or down at the bottom, we can select dock settings. That takes us to all the dock settings we already looked at. So overall, the Dreame Matrix 10 Pro is jam-packed full of a lot of customization features.